Ooh, ominous music. As soon as I re-enter the school, I can sense the Shadow's presence without needing to scan for it. I follow the presence back to the announcement room. What could be waiting for me this time? I slowly open the door, wary of an attack. But the room is quiet. No ambush comes. I like this track that's playing right now, but I like the opening of it more than the rest of it. Like, the first, 15 seconds, certified banger. The rest of it, pretty good, but not as good. I step inside. Both versions of Labrys are facing each other further into the room. I quickly step between the two, shielding Labrys from her shadow. I know how this is gonna play out. But the shadow does not seem alarmed. It spins its axe idly. That axe is way too large to be spun idly.
You're late. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come. Was Yoshi-kun a tough opponent?
As it finishes the sentence, its axe stops. I brace myself in anticipation of an attack. But the shadow simply smiles brutally.
Just as you thought, the real party begins now.
Just as the words sink in, I hear a sound simultaneously. The heavy sound of the air being sliced behind me. I lunge to the left solely on reflexes. A battle axe slams into the ground where I had been only milliseconds ago.
What? Sister! Oh, so close.
Shock spreads across my face. Labrys takes a combat stance with her battle axe, her wet eyes focused on me. The people who created you didn't make it possible for you to consume food, but they made sure that you had tear glands? Strange. She has chosen to fight for the Unreal School.
Is this what you really want? What else is there for me?
Labrys sounds resigned in her reply. I have no answer for her. My heart aches as if it was cut by a razor.
It's finally come to this. Sister versus sister. Let the battle begin!
The shadow jeers at me with delight. I do not have the presence of mind to deliver a rejoinder? Retorts. Just use the word retort like a normal person. The battle about to play out is straight from the worst case scenario I had envisioned. The very person I hoped to save. My sister. I must defeat her with my own robot hands. Well, Labrys, here we go. Only older by, like, what was that, a year and a half? You can take her, I guess.
Finally.
Sup, I'm a robot. You too are a robot. We both have Fire Emblem Awakening feet, which is pretty wild. Boom, bam, baby. You know I gotta hit her with the ult. Whoa, calm down. Enjoy your landmine. I only have so many bullets to pelt you with, Labrys. Oh dear, oh dear.
Severe.
Stop this.
I failed.
Let me landmine you.
No!
Man, I love this music. This, like, arena main theme is such a great host. No. Bad Labrys. Bad Labrys.
I failed.
Labrys. Nope. How do I forget how to do the dash thing. How do I want to be on the other side of you.
Severe impact. No.
Now, do it now. No, I can't do it.
Failed.
Oh, dude, it's so annoying having to press down 3 times. Why can't I do the ult?
No.
It won't even let me. Oh, wait a minute. You have to be in the air when Aigis does it. I remember now. Yeah. Okay, I forgot you have to be in the air when you do it. What was the chat? What's the? There's a button, I remember. There's a button for Aigis that makes her jump up and to the left. How do you do that? Aigis isn't a normal person, though? I don't know what that comment is in response to. I don't remember what I said. Does anyone remember? I found it when we played Aigis' story originally. There's a button that makes her, like, jump back and up at the same time to set up her ult for aiming it. Does anyone remember? Does anyone know what it is? Because I do not remember. I thought it was just back twice for, like, the back jump, but that is not it. I don't think it's left and up.
Finally.
Let's find out. No, that's just like a normal jump. I think there was a move that is literally, like, it sets the perfect distance for her ult. But I don't remember what it is. R2, L2, R1. Oh, R1 is the dash. Oh wait, I think it's just L1. Does that work? I don't know if that puts me, I don't think that's the same one. I told Aigis to talk like a normal person. Oh, well, she said a really stupid word. It doesn't matter if you're a normal person or not. That's still like respondent or whatever she said instead of just retort. That was dumb. I don't care how robot she is. No, this isn't air. That doesn't take me high enough into the air. What is it? I want to remember how to do her ult because I want to do Aigis' ult. We only saw it like once. It's a giant death laser cannon. It's really cool.
Finally.
All right, let me see here. Command list. And I don't know what any of these words mean. Escape change? Mode change? Why? Performs an attack while falling back, followed by a mode change. Followed by a mode change? I don't like Orgia mode or whatever. I played the character control mod. I don't know what Orgia mode even is. Multi-mounted machine gun Orion. That sounds fun. Heavenly Spear. Pandora missile launcher. Hover boost? No, this is a mid-air thing. Back boost. Yeah, obviously. Dang it. I don't know what button it is. Maybe just hitting her with the L1 to knock her away and then jumping up normally will be good enough. I know there was a move I found that lined Aigis up perfectly for her ult, but I do not remember what it is.
Severe life damage.
Blow up. I failed. Landmine. Does Aigis Naruto run?
Back.
She does.
Severe impact.
She just Naruto runs.
Strike.
Get struck?
Back.
No.
I stun my other self.
My other self. I need you to hit me a little bit. Like I have too much. Whatchamacallit compared to you? I have too much HP.
Severe impact.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Impact's okay. We need the impact. Here we go. Wait, was that it? That looked like it for a second.
I failed. Evaded.
Dude, I can't. Oh wait, that was there. Yeah, wait, it is double back left, but like really fast.
Severe impact.
Like even faster than the normal. Yeah, right there.
Over.
I can't hit the buttons fast enough though.
Heavy damage.
And now it's not doing it. Oh, I killed her. Whatever. Aigis' ult is one of the stupidest things in this game. Any of the ults that you can't just do standing on the ground and then hit the opponent, actually bad. I hate it. Labrys loses her strength and falls to her knees.
Why? Why can't I stay like this?
The hope she risked so much to gain has been shattered, she mutters piteously as she falls. She is not the only one who wants to collapse. I never imagined this would be so painful. Every time my attacks connected, I felt as if I was tearing out a piece of my heart. Aigis getting real deep here. This unwanted exchange of violence ending in one of our destruction leads to nothing but despair. Yeah, welcome to Labrys' life. Each time I felt that pain, the memories of Labrys I saw in the classroom, those vivid images, made sense. The sterile mechanical rooms that made up most of her visual memories. It must have been the facility where she was created. At that facility, Labrys was forced to endure the same pain she is feeling now. In order to gather combat data, she was forced to destroy her sister models, even though they had hearts. Not just once or twice, but over and over and over. It's too much for my mind to immediately comprehend. Agitation spreads through me like a fever. I clutch my chest.
I knew that you couldn't beat her.
The Shadow, in contrast, is completely nonchalant.
Wow, you really didn't have any qualms about attacking her. Deep down, you must really want to make them suffer, don't you? You want them to go through what you had to. No! You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in a school having a fighting tournament.
How many times have I heard Shadow Labrys say that line?
You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand. That ain't true. But it was no use. Even another living weapon can't understand you. It's all right then. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll take care of everything from here. I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did. Please stop! That's all a lie! You're not me! Finally! You finally said it! I'm finally free!
The Shadow's eyes start to glow, full of life. It isn't just a change in its attitude, its power seems to be actually rising. Did something in its conversation with Labrys catalyze this change? Too late, it hits me. What did the Shadow want with Labrys? It was trying to buy time, which meant it needed something from her.
It's time for the true star to take the stage.
Koromaru's gonna show up! Its shout shakes the air. It shakes the air, huh? As if in response to the cry, the room begins to warp. The view beyond the window shimmers ominously. Alright, we seen that. A giant incinerator appears from the darkness. Countless chassis are falling into the inn to be cruelly destroyed. Illuminated by the blood-red light of the flames, the Shadow reveals its true self. Seeing Labrys' lookalike commanding a giant beast behind it brings to mind the summoning of a persona. I run over to Labrys and stand her listless body up.
I don't need that trash anymore.
It seems that the Shadow has accomplished its goal with Labrys. I was used, forced to fight my sister for this purpose. I clench my teeth at my own slowness to comprehend.
Now, let's get started, shall we?
This isn't just for Labrys. This is the enemy, the fate of anyone not human.
It seems that I must take responsibility for this.
Here we go, lads. My, fighting a version of Labrys. Where have I seen this before? There are really 3 alts to Labrys in this,
Final.
in this game, huh?
Fight.
Labrys, Shadow Labrys, Persona Labrys. What's the little radioactive symbol down there next to my SP? Is that have to do with Orgia mode? If I ever, like, actually tried to change into Orgia mode or whatever? Hey, stop that. How did I flip you around in the middle of my grab like that? That was... I don't think you're the strongest there is, though. Get Athena. I said, get Athena. No, my Athena. Stay back, I said. The bull keeps coming out of the ground just to immediately go away. The monster's form melts away as it disappears like fog. Only a silhouette similar to Labrys' remains. It falls to its knees, having no will to resist anymore.
I somehow pulled through.
I turn to face the real Labrys.
Are you all right?
She is conscious and seems to have no major damage. All that remains to be tested is her will.
Please listen. I have a message for you. From Yosuke-san.
From my boy! Dominic, welcome to stream. Watch your Pixelmon series, started watch on Sunday. I'm on part 75. Neat, hope you're enjoying it.
He said that he is sorry for promising to help you and being unable to support you when you needed it most. Additionally, he said that he would be throwing a party later. You are invited, of course.
Imagine if Aegis was like, he said to tell you not to come. It's an exclusive human-only party.
You're lying.
If that is what you think, you can ask him yourself later. Now please, stand up.
Welcome to stream, Kirby. I lend her my shoulder and prop her up. She follows my lead, but her legs are still shaking.
How come this happened? I didn't want to hurt anyone or make them suffer.
I know. That was a shadow going berserk. Not everything it said reflects your true feelings. I had a similar experience, actually. My other self was on the verge of going berserk. It told me there was an innate contradiction in having a heart, but not being human, preventing me from truly protecting others.
Does this have to do with the answer? I guess she's talking about Metis from the answer? I think someone told me that Metis is supposed to be, like, the other half of Aegis or something. Dude, I really gotta watch the answer cutscenes.
Wasn't that tough to listen to?
Yeah, just ignore it.
Yes, of course.
Then how can you stand it? How are you still acting like everything's fine?
I'm fine right now, but I'm sure I will suffer that pain again someday. Very probably, as long as I am myself, it will never go away as long as I live.
Wasn't the Shadow Aegis in her story? Oh, did they? Well, very briefly, like, I think Shadow Labrys tried to, like, freak Aegis out with the Shadow version of herself, but then, like, it immediately got pushed aside by Elizabeth? I don't remember. Dude, I did the first half of Aegis' story, like, a while ago. Like, I get why they have the stories cut in half for, like, everyone except Elizabeth and Labrys, because they want to, like, they wanted to have the, like, they wanted to give you the Labrys build-up on all of the characters and then hit you with Labrys' backstory, and then you go back and do the other halves. But there's one major flaw in it. There's so many stories, and you have to go back to them all after the to be continued point, that, like, especially when so many of them have so many similarities, it's so hard to remember, like, what exactly happened in Aegis' story, or what happened in Narukami's, or what happened in Chie's compared to Yukiko's, compared to Naoto's, etc., etc. It's like, the structuring of the story in this game is very bad. The way that they decided to go about it, like, it's interesting for sure, and, like, I really love the story that they're portraying, because all this stuff with Labrys is great. Labrys is awesome, and her backstory is great. I love it. But, like, the presentation of it could have been a lot better.
It won't. Then what can I do but give up? What am I supposed to do?
We'll be all right, as long as we have friends.
Labrys opens her eyes wide.
It was when you were alone that you suffered most. I'm sure of it. If you do not give up on reaching out to others, you will surely find someone who understands. Or maybe...
As I say this, I can hear voices from outside. They are calling our names. The voices grow closer and closer, and eventually one of the doors fly open.
Hey, there you are! Thank goodness.
Are you two okay?
You seem to have the matter in hand.
Kanji-san and Rise-san arrived shortly after. Now that the shadow has been defeated, the invisible walls trapping them have disappeared. There are some faces new to me as well. As I recall from the video, they are Yu Narukami-san and Yukiko Amagi-san. Aegis didn't interact with Narukami at all in her story? That's crazy. There was also a costume that looked like General Teddy. This must be the real Teddy that Chie-san mentioned. The resemblance is strong, but this one is so charming, it's hard to hate him. No, it's not. It's really, really easy to hate Teddy, let me tell you. Basically, any time he opens his mouth. Everyone has considerate words for Labrys. My heart is filled with warmth. They could have ignored us outsiders and escaped, but they didn't. They were truly worried about us and came running. That's supposed to be the word they. All of them. I addressed Labrys, who was looking back and forth between me and them with a perplexed look.
It might be more accurate to say that those who understand you are already here. Of course, I want to understand you as well. Please talk to me whenever you want. Tell me about your memories, even if you have to take them one at a time.
Labrys sinks deep in thought, then looks at me again. I nod silently. She slowly starts walking and stops in front of the shadow, who stands as quietly as a real one at the other end of the room.
You were right. I was always alone, so I had no one to talk to, no matter how much it hurt. And I went and blamed that on them.
This is the Persona Awakening scene. We're gonna skip that because I'm sure we'll see it in Narukami's story.
This reminds me of us from last year.
We'll probably watch, like, all of the cutscenes that come up in Narukami's story, even if they're repeats.
Yeah, it's the same thing. She's really no different from us.
Yosuke-san and the others smile. To acknowledge one's weakness in front of others, they must have earned their personas through the same ordeal. I can see now why their bond is so strong. The tension in the air evaporates. Just as Labrys' expression softens, a familiar voice comes from behind.
Is that Labrys?
Everyone turns to look at the newcomer.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san, you're all right.
Of course we are.
I run toward them. Neither of them appear to be injured. I notice that they aren't surprised to see Yosuke-san and the others. They must already be aware of the situation. On the other hand, everyone else is surprised.
Who are these people and what the hell are they wearing?
Oh man, a dude storming across the battlefield in just a cape? I am all about that.
Control your thirst, Chie. Come on.
I'd say you've got good taste.
I feel uncomfortable.
Seriously?
Labrys grabs weakly at my arm.
Don't worry.
I smile and nod. She still bites her lip in anxiety, but she is no longer afraid of everything.
You're Labrys, correct?
Labrys simply nods in response to Mitsuru-san's question as she walks up. There is a moment of silence. Mitsuru-san's sigh of relief breaks it.
I'm glad you're safe.
Labrys smiles back awkwardly. The look on her face helps dispel the tension in Yosuke-san and his friends. Mitsuru-san notices this as well. I step forward alongside Mitsuru-san to introduce ourselves and show our appreciation. It seems they have never met a Persona user who didn't awaken in the TV world. We spend some time discussing our respective circumstances.